I was browsing YouTube one day and came across Peter Draw's video about doodling with fluorescent ink. It was so interesting I had to give it a try, and I'm glad I did, because it's an easy, attractive pastime. Using a glass pen, as he did, is particularly entertaining because the tip glows almost magically. But I soon became disenchanted with the material on which to draw. I tried several white photo and drawing papers as well as plain bond paper, and while they showed the glowing ink off very well, the low contrast between the white paper and the essentially white ink rendered the images less than impressive. Next, I experimented with black papers. They improved contrast, but as the ink dried, it got pulled into the body of the papers and their dark color all but hid the ink. Construction paper was the worst at this. It seems that what was needed was a flat black, non-porous surface that would show the ink off to its best advantage and not absorb it into the body where it would be hidden. So I grabbed a sheet of plastic and sprayed it with flat black paint. It almost worked. I say almost because even though it was flat black, it was still too slick for the ink to grab onto. The ink's surface tension tended to draw it together into puddles. The solution was to roughen the surface by lightly sanding with 320 grit sandpaper. This produced a surface with good holding capability and very high contrast that didn't absorb any of the ink. It only takes a few minutes to make one of these glowing ink doodling boards, and the results are so much better than using any of the alternatives I've tested that it's well worth the effort. The ultraviolet light source doesn't have to be anything fancy. I used a bit of clothes hanger and a bit of scrap wood to hold this cheap UV flashlight in position. It works great. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's going to be followed up soon with a sequel about dripping the ink into water to create fascinating flow patterns. Until it gets published, please stop by my main website at waynesthisthandthat.com for hundreds of other topics and videos. Thanks for tuning in.